What is up, fam? Welcome back to All Things Dope, and I'm gonna keep this one as short as possible. Spoiler alert, the movie is god-awful. It's one of the worst things that I've seen in a while, and that's because I really genuinely went into the movie really wanting to like it. I really liked the original Xander Cage, the original XXX that came out. It felt like the rated R James Bond movie that we'd wanted to see. It felt very cool, very fresh, very exciting. But the same tropes that worked almost 10 years ago don't work today, unfortunately. I really hate to say that, man. I really wanted to enjoy this movie, not only for Vin Diesel, but also for Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen is one of the best martial artist actors out there today, and just for him, I really wanted the movie to do well, to get him some exposure in the American audience, because Ip Man, all three of those movies are amazing. Of course, he was in Star Wars Rogue One, and he does an amazing job in that movie, and in this movie as well, he also steals the show. But a lot of that really is because of the fact that there's not really much else going on. I mean, to be 100% honest, it felt like a 12-year-old wrote this movie. I don't know who was the script doctor on this, if they even had one. I don't know who was in charge of editing this mug, but it is terrible. There are a bunch of terrible one-liners like you would see in an old Arnold movie, but they just don't work. They don't fit the same way that they would in this movie. It's laughable because of the fact that obviously they are trying to make a joke, but it's not funny because it's a joke. It's funny because it's a terrible joke, and they try to squeeze it in there. This is a cash grab for Vin Diesel and all the guys down at Paramount and Revolution Studios, whatever's left of them. So, in fact, the whole movie feels like a Vin Diesel ego stroke. Like, really just feels like these are all the things that I want to do in a movie, and you guys are willing to write me a check, I'm with it. And so, I knew within the first 2 minutes the movie was going to be god-awful. The animations that they open up with are terrible, really just drawn out, unnecessary. The pseudoscience that they use in this movie just really gets on my nerves. And I get the pseudoscience. I didn't go to MIT or anything like that, but I have a lot of common sense, and some of the things that are happening in this movie just don't add up at all. It's not worth your money, I'll be honest. It's not worth 3D, it's not worth IMAX. Maybe 2D if you're feeling like burning out like $5, $6, whatever it is over there in your area. If you feel like doing that, having a cheesy couple of laughs, then maybe, okay, maybe. Donnie Yen, like I said, is the saving grace of this movie. If you're a big Donnie Yen fan, then he would be worth your $5. But for me personally, I'm a huge Donnie Yen fan, so for me it totally makes sense for me to watch this movie. But my apologies to Christian, who went with me. I feel so bad that he had to sit through this movie, because it's nothing short of terrible. Should have went to go watch Sleepless. Heard great things about that movie. Same thing with Split. I've heard some great things, but I really wanted to give it a chance. I know that Vin Diesel has been going on after his older properties just to kind of relive some of those things, kind of just get more cash grabs, and I don't blame him, right? I mean, if somebody's willing to write you a couple million to do something that you may or may not want to do, then go ahead, you know what I mean? If I had to rate it between a 1 and 10, I'm going to give it... I'll say this. I'm going to give Donnie Yen, I'm going to give him a solid 8. Only because his English is still so-so, and that's not his fault, right? He's not used to doing American movies, but there are some moments where you could tell that they definitely dubbed him. He had to go back in the studio and just dub himself up, and that's fine. That happens. That happens with English actors, English-speaking actors as well. So, you know, whatever. 8 for Donnie Yen. For the rest of the cast and the rest of the movie, I am going to give it a solid 3. I was laughing through the whole movie, but not because it was funny, but because it was just bad. It's not a very good movie on any level. In fact, even if you could Redbox it, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably wait for it to show up on Netflix or something free, or honestly, I can't recommend it. Maybe if you're like sitting in the waiting room, maybe that movie could be good, right? Because there's nothing else going on. Maybe that would be the time where this movie really shines. But through and through, guys, it is definitely not worth your money at all. And I am sorry, Vin Diesel. I'm sure you're a super cool dude, but this movie's terrible. There's no reason to revisit the XXX franchise at all. Even where they kind of end it to where, you know, you can tell they want to make more sequels of this thing. Just don't do it. Don't do it at all. It's a waste of money and time. $20 million in the box office for the weekend definitely shows some results. Split made $40 million, so Obviously, there are people who want to revisit the franchise, but I don't think this movie will have legs at all. I think that this is it. I think 20 million is the highest that it's going to get for a weekend ever again. I think from here it just drops off completely, and we'll get ready for the next movie that comes out. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really just wanted to put this out there for you guys that have not seen the movie. Please don't waste your money on this. It's not very good. Even if you're a die-hard Vin Diesel fan, you've been riding with him since day one, this may be a better idea. Just don't watch it. Just save what you have for XXX and don't watch the movie at all, because it's god-awful and you'll never want to watch anything of the XXX franchise again. So anyways, guys, with that, I am out. If you like the video, drop a like. If you want to subscribe, cool. If not, I'm out. Peace.